guys, it's Avi at Zoe back, and I'm going to do my January 2022 TBR. So this year I'm going to kind of continue what I was doing this last year with my TBRs. In the past, I have been very ambitious and put all these books on my TBR, and I always read about 50% is pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's what's going to happen, or that was what happened the year before last, so in 2020 even. We had all that time. This last year I only did 1 to 4 books that I might have had 1 month that had 5 books, but mostly there are only so many core books that I said, these are for sure the ones I'm going to read. So I'm going to continue that and try to keep it under 4. Like this time I have 3 for sure that I want to get to, just because they're books that I have put off for the last couple months, or they're ones I'm just dying to read, and I want to make sure those are the ones I read in the first part of the month. So everything else is after that is kind of a free-for-all, and these are all kind of my options. So I'm down to doing the pile of possibilities, but I'm also going off of prompts. I'm pulling books from different genres, so I have options. And again, I might not pick up any of these books after the core 3 that I'm picking this month. But you never know. I might pick up a whole bunch of them. I don't know. Because I want to read all these books. All books have good reasons for it. So let's first talk about the core 3 that are for sure on my TBR. These are the books that I am determined to read in January. It still might not happen, but you know, like, these are the ones. So the first one I am going to pick up in January is going to be the Vicomte de Bragelonne by Alexandre Dumas, translated from the French by David Coward. This is book 3 in the D'Artagnan romances. You guys have heard me talk about this all year. I cannot get myself to finish this book. So 2021 was not the year of D'Artagnan and Athos, Porthos, and Aramis. So it's going to be this year. So I read, as I said, 160 pages last year around the Christmas season, and I didn't carry on into the next year, and I have never picked it up since. I keep looking at it. It's been on my, like, right next to me on my couch for months. Like, I want to pick it up. I just always find some reasons not to. So what I've done is made this my #1 priority. This is the book I pick up, my first new book in the new year. So if whatever I'm finishing up in the end of this year, I'll finish that, but then this is the first one I'm going to focus on in the new year, and I'm going to get this done in that month. So that is #1. I'd also like to continue with the Expanse series. Book number 3 is The Abaddon's Gate by James S.A. Corey. So again, they've just finished the series at 9 books. This is book 3. I'd like to continue. Book 2 I read in September, ended on kind of a slight cliffhanger. I mean, something happened right at the last thing that I've been thinking about that I want to continue on. And as I said, I hear they just get better, so I want to read more. Again, this is a space opera. And I just, story about the solar system here, our solar system, and Earth and Mars and the Belters and everybody kind of fighting. And I don't know what this one's really about, and it doesn't matter. I really want to continue the series. This is one of the series I would like to focus on this, or, to read a lot of this year. I'm not promising I'm going to finish all the books this year, but I want to at least get a couple done for sure, and I'd like to get to this sooner rather than later due to the fact that I just read one in September, so I don't want to wait too long before I dive back in. And then the last of the 3 is The Ninth Reign by Jen Williams. I've just heard so many things about this from so many people after, I believe it's Elliott Brooks brought it up to like everybody. So I bought it, the first one. I've never bought the other books, but I do want to, but I want to try this one first before I get to it. And all I know is it's a complex fantasy, and it has a lot of different creatures and it's supposed to be pretty twisty. I don't know a lot about it, but I have been staring at it going, I want to read that. So I've made that my top priority for the fantasies that I want to read. So those 3 are the top things I want to read for sure. All the rest here are options that are going to be stacked next to me, and hopefully I'll pick them up. So starting off with one of the romances I want to read is, or I think this is the romance I put in here. Like, I tried to pick different genres for things. The Stolen Mackenzie by Jennifer Ashley. This is the next book in the Mackenzies and McBride series. I've had this book for, I think I said 4 or 5 years, and I have never continued the series after this point. Oh my gosh, it's been 6 years. So I want to continue because I have all the books. It's just, I'm behind like 5 books. And again, this is another series I want to focus on, but I need to get through this book. And the reason it is because this one takes place in 1745 Scotland. So it's a time, it goes back in time to ancestors of characters that we know in the main series that are taking place in the late 1800s. So it's just different, and I think that's why it put me off. But I want to get through this, to get through the series, so I need to read that book. Hollow Smoke by H.M. Long is another fantasy that this one is a kind of Viking inspired. I think it's a priestess who doesn't obey some command, and somehow some people get killed when she doesn't kill a stranger or something, and then she goes and searches for them. I think there's a companion or another book in the series coming out in January. I have not pre-ordered it because I have not tried this yet, so I didn't let myself pre-order it, but I might want to buy it if I like this one, so I need to read this one for that. I would like to do it before that book came out, but I would like to get done. I would like to get to this soon so that I know if I like this or not. I don't know, a modern classic, I guess is what I put this as, is Challenge by Vita Sackville-West. I bought all of Vita Sackville-West, Vita Sackville-West's books this year in 2021 after I read All Passion Spent. Love that book. And I got fascinated by her herself. This book is one that didn't get traditionally published in the UK because of how close it was to her life. Even though she's writing about a man and a woman, she had a very, very interesting life. Anyway, so I've wanted to read this for the last couple months, and I keep staring at it, and I have not picked it up. So I wanted to put it on a TBR again, and hopefully I will pick that up. Kind of a spooky gothic historical fiction, The Reckoning of Gossamer Pond by Jamie Jo Wright. This is one of those dual timeline ones where there's a past mystery and a present one kind of thing. I know it has to do with a woman who, I don't know, she gets some kind of strange inheritance of some trailer that has, I think, some secrets from that, and then it talks about I think it's 100 years before that. There's something about a murder or something. So I'm not sure, but I've heard many things from different people about Jamie Jo Wright, and I just want to try one of her books. This is the one I own, and I'd like to get to that. I just haven't. Another one of I think I grabbed 2 historical fictions, which is again 2 dual timeline ones, and this is The House at Riverton by Kate Morton. Again, one of my 5-star predictions that I haven't got to yet. I would really like to try to read this. We're talking about 1924, at some party somebody dies, and then 1999 they're going to do a documentary about the person who died, and one of the maids that worked there is going to tell the story, I think. So I would like to get to this and try it. I don't know how that'll go. I still haven't tried it, and not that my 5-star predictions has gone well at all. And then this is like another historical fiction, but this is another series that I'd like to start, and that is Catherine of Aragon, the True Queen by Alison Weir. I've not read anything yet by Alison Weir, and I really want to. I want to see if I like her writing, but the 6 Tudor Queens series is one that I've just been staring at going, I want to read this, I want to read this. So I put this on here hoping maybe I can get to it. I mean, a lot of these books are really big. I don't expect to get to all these. I just hope to pick one of them. Or a couple of them. And then I have 2 books that are rereads that I like to get to this month. I'm kind of, as I said, it's not like I have to read these. These are just, it would be nice. But one of them, again, is another chunker. And that is The King's Dragon by Kate Elliott. This is a series that I started back... I don't know. It's been a long time. I read the first 2 books and was halfway through the 3rd book, and something happened in there that I was so worried about my characters, like something was going to happen, that I put the book down that day and I never came back to it. And I regret that forever, because I was so into the series, and I don't know what happened that day or why I picked up something else and just never came back, but I never did. So now it's been way, way too long. I don't remember. Sorry. Yes, Cooper. I don't remember what happens in this. So this is an epic fantasy, and it's 7 books long. It's huge. They're all huge. But this is another one that I would like to at least try to read the first 2 books and try to get to the 3rd one this year so that I can get back into the series. It's kind of, I think it's the Crown of Stars series. And again, I don't know anything about it. I know we follow, I don't know how you say it, Lyeth and her story from the beginning, and then we also meet a prince who has kind of an interesting background and the things that happen, and it's just a huge world political fight things. It's just, it was so good. I just wish I had continued on. Anyway, so I want to get back to that. And then another one that I want to reread is Prudence by Gail Carriger. This is the first book in the Custard Protocol series. I read this book when it came out. And then I had to wait for the next books. And I started the second book, and then I started it the day I got it when I went to see her sign it. I think I got this one signed too. I don't remember. No, it was just that one. It was just the second one. Oh, no, this one I got signed too. So I have a couple signed when she came to Portland. I think this is, I don't know, I have a couple of them signed. Anyway, but this, so this is a continuation of the world of the Parasol Protectorate. The Soulless was her first book in that one. I loved Alexis and Curran, but now we're following their some people that are descendants from characters in that book, and they go on their own little adventure in their dirigible, and it's the Custard Protocol, or the Custard. Is it the Spotted Custard? I don't remember what she called this ship. Anyway. The Spotted Custard, yeah. So, anyway, I really enjoyed this first one. It wasn't perfect for me, but I wanted to continue, and I just never have. There's 4 books in the series. This is a series, is one of my priority series. You'll see if you see on my video, probably the day before this one. I have some videos this week, but it has to do, this is one of the ones that I want to make sure I read this year, because there are 4 books in this series, and then there are at least 2 or 3 novellas that I have not read yet because I haven't read this series. So I need to got back into the series. So that is what that one for sure reread I'm hoping to do this month. And then just for in case I need one, or I'm going to on ebook read Jade City by Fonda Lee if I can. This might be like my lunch break book for the month. I'm not sure. I'm going to try that. I haven't done that in a while, where I focused on one book at lunchtime that was on an ebook. So I'm going to try that with this one. We'll see how that goes. But I've been, again, everybody been talking about Jade City since Jade Legacy came out, and I just want to get in on it. And this is a book I've had on ebook for a couple of years, and I just haven't got to it. So I would really like to get to that and try that series, and then see, I might be reading that series this year. I don't know yet, but I want to try the first book. And then my 2 audio picks this month, I'm going to guess. One of them, I would like to get back to Oliver Twist. I'm hoping I can get myself to restart. As I said, I haven't. I read a fourth of it in the early part of December, and then I haven't listened to any audiobooks all month except for like one short one day. And it just wasn't a month for audiobooks, so maybe this next month will be. So I'd like to get back and finish Charles Dickens and Oliver Twist. And then if I'm feeling ambitious and want to start one of my get back into my presidential books that I want to read that have, are kind of connected to that. I've never read Alexander Hamilton by Ron Chernow. I have the audiobook for this, so I was thinking I might start this in January. I don't expect to finish it. The book's huge and the audiobook is really long, but I thought that maybe near the end of the month I would start it and then carry it into February. That's kind of a thought, but who knows. But I do want to get to this book this year. I completely put my presidential project on hold. This last year I did not read any books, so I want to make sure I at least read this one, and then I will need to find a book for the next president. Is it Madison? I don't know. I got to find a book for the next president. So that's why I was going to read this one and then give myself time to get one that comes after Jefferson. Isn't it Madison? I don't remember. We're going to have to go look that up. I can't remember right now. So those are all the books I would like to read. I know it's a lot of books. Again, my primary books are going to be these 3. And we'll see what happens. Everything else is a hopeful, and we'll see which ones I pick out. Anyway, what are you guys reading for in January? I'm so excited. Can you tell for all the books? Anyway, I will talk to you guys later. Bye.